Hi, I am Alan '08, and I'm going to review Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Episode 5. And we pick up from last episode where Kyle and Sutton speaking, which started as like a normal small talk conversation, quickly becomes an argument about what happened in Vegas, the whole meeting Davis at the elevators, and Kyle considering Sutton unhinged. So, and specifically we leave out with Sutton saying, Naimo. 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 And Kyle just losing her mind. And I want to say that while it's agreed that Sutton did overreact at the Magic Mike Theater, it seems like Kyle is kind of provoking the situation a little more when it doesn't need to be. And it kind of turning to the point of Kyle kind of gaslighting Sutton. Like, does Sutton have a drinking problem? And that's why she acted the way she did. Who knows, but it's getting to be a bit much on Kyle's part. And then Sutton manages to, after Kyle asks if Sutton is okay, Sutton manages to flip it and ask if Kyle's okay or if there's something going on with Kyle. And as Sutton says in her confessional, Kyle never talks about her life, and it makes it seem like her life is all like a picture of perfection on top of a fortress where her pedestal is seated. And then Kyle challenges her, bring it on, babe. And I think this is in reference to Sutton wondering about Kyle's marriage troubles and basically about Mauricio possibly cheating on her. And those kind of rumors have been going around for like many seasons. We can go back to say like season 2, 3, or 4. So, and Kyle says that she's more than happy to answer any questions that Sutton may have. And then after seeing that the conversation is not going any better, Kyle says that she loves Sutton, but she has to go. And it kind of sounds fake when it does seem very fake when Kyle says, oh, I love you and we'll just talk another time, because clearly there was no love in this conversation or this scene. And there seems to not have been that much love between them for some time now, so I don't really buy it. And then Kyle in her confessional says she feels like she had to get out of Sutton's house before she reaches to a point of no return, kind of like she did with Kim in the season 1 limo scene and with Lisa Vanderpump. And Sutton offers to walk her to the door now, and Kyle's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need you to walk me to the door. And she just leaves. Okay, next scene. Erica's mother, Renee, comes by to stay with Erica. And Erica describes her relationship with her mother as being a mixture of good and bad times, and that they're only good for up to a couple of days before they get on each other's nerves and they start picking at each other. And and another thing is Erica sees her mother as more like a sibling than a mother, because the only way they're close is in age. So apparently Renee had Erica when she was in her late teens. At least that's what I remember reading somewhere. And Renee usually visits once a year for a couple of days. And it's kind of like a whole relatives and visitors and fish situation. You know what they say about that, what relatives and visitors have in common with fish is that after 3 days it stinks. So it's that kind of reads that to me. Let's see. Erica commented that the last time that Renee was in town, Renee says that Erica looked fat as compared to now when Erica is much skinnier. And Renee cops to that. Erica also reminisces about while growing up, her mother, she would be snuck around to clubs with her mother and her friends, and she would have a drink, and she said that she was living life as if she was 20 at around 14 or 15 years old. And I have to say that kind of brings to mind the connection between Drew Barrymore and her mother, except Drew Barrymore was much younger. She was a child star, and she just wasn't drinking, but having a hard drug or two. So it's kind of like that dynamic, in a way. Erica offers Renee choice options of where she can sleep, whether she can sleep on a couch or futon, and Erica can sleep on the floor. And I think she was joking when she said that Renee could sleep in the bed with Erica. When Renee said, like, I'm good with that, and Erica in her confessional said, like, in her last house, she would just put Renee in the other part of the house, and she wouldn't have to deal with her. And she is adamant about not having her sleep in the bed with her because she's grown. Well, they seem to have like quite a tumultuous relationship, so it seems. And cut to more better parent and child connections in the house of Bouvet. Garcelle is in the kitchen with Jade where he's cooking a steak. And Garcelle admits that Jade is like her boyfriend. Probably not the right word to use because that sounds awkward. But it's because that Jade tends to be protective of her. And Jade is also somebody that does not like drama at all. And because of that, it's much easier for Garcelle to deal with him compared to Jax, who tends to challenge her. Now, I don't know if she means challenge her like, provoke her on purpose, or just acts the way, just as the person that he is. So, I don't know. Garcelle asked Jade what he thought about the conversation at their beach picnic. After when Jax said that he could have used Garcelle's parenting 2 years ago, whereas now he feels like he doesn't need much parenting anymore and would prefer more freedom. I forgot what Jade said in response to that, but Garcelle feels that it's important for her boys to feel like they can express themselves and talk to her about anything because she didn't have that type of freedom or luxury with her mother growing up. And even though she is a parent and is going to have to do what she needs to do to correct them if need be, she wants to have a relationship with her sons. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, you want to make sure that as a parent that while you need to get them in line when you have to, you want to have that connection where your children feel safe coming to you and talking to you about anything. And that's a great type of relationship to have, honestly. Again, Garcelle confesses to Jade that she felt hurt by what Jax said about wanting more freedom, and asks if there's any freedoms that Jade wants to have. And while Jade says that he doesn't go out much, the only freedom he wants is to have his girlfriend, Ashlyn, sleep over. Garcelle says, no way. Had that been me, I would have said, hell no. You are not having your girlfriend sleeping over at my house. Because only God knows what you intend to do with her Ashley sleeping over. Like, I may be the type of parent that wants a connection with you and you can talk to me about anything, but that's crossing the line. You ain't getting that freedom. Like when you have your own job, where you can get your own place from the job that you work, then we could talk about you having your girlfriend over to sleep over. Until then, nah. That's out. Like even Garcelle said that Ashley's mother would not be okay with it, and neither would she. Now that's good parenting right there. And Garcelle adds that she wasn't even allowed to date when she was 15 years old. In the confessional, she said that she wasn't allowed to even talk to boys. And Jade said, well, you're from Haiti. That's got nothing to do with it, sweetie. Sorry. And Garcelle reminisces a time when she was on a car chase in her mother's car because she told her parents that she was staying over at a friend's house, but her friend's mother told Garcelle's mother that she was staying with her. So that would lead to Garcelle like having her mother's car with a boy in it, and they just go driving. And then when she sees that it's her dad right behind her in his car, that's when the car chase begins. She made a few red lights, but there was one red light that she could not make, and her father was coming up right close behind her. And that's when Garcelle pushed the boy out the door, and her father says, "Follow me home." And yeah, I can only imagine what happens after that, because black parents, like you'd be lucky if you didn't feel the sting of a belt or a switch right behind you for that. I mean, black parents don't go for a lot of things. That's just how it is. Let's see. And then Garcelle asked Jade who he's bringing with him to the screening of her new movie, Black Girl Missing. And he says he's bringing Ashlyn. I'm very proud of Garcelle for that moment, because this is a movie that tells a story about something that she's very passionate about. And it's a story that needs to be told, honestly, because whenever you hear about black or brown people going missing, it's like it doesn't get as much news or reporting as when somebody white goes missing. And this story, Black Girl Missing, is a story that should be told and taken seriously. So congratulations to Garcelle, because not only was she acting in it, but she had her executive producer hat on. So kudos to you, Miss Bouvet. On to Crystal and her family. I won't go too much into Crystal and her family, because it's just about her brother and how, going back to when he had to come home during the pandemic, because Crystal and her mother insisted that he's home with them because he was all the way in China with his ex-fiancée. Only thing now is that he went back to China to go see his ex-fiancée because he feels that he's not 100% over her, and Rob went with him because they're close like that. So, next scene, Sutton and Jennifer head to the paddock riding club so that Sutton can pick up her horse named Santos. And according to her, Santos is the perfect match for her compared to other guys that she's dated. Make of that what you will. Then Sutton and Jennifer have a brunch, and they talk about Kyle and Sutton's recent conversation / argument with Kyle. Now, this is rather confusing because, in this scene, Sutton says that she loves Kyle and considers her a good friend, which is a total contrast to last episode where she admitted that she knows that Kyle is not much of a friend to her and has proven so, and the Vegas trip showed her that. So I don't know if it's because her feelings tend to fluctuate, or that Sutton was willing to give Kyle the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on in her head. Sutton tells Jennifer about the last conversation with Kyle, and that and how concerned she is that Kyle is looking thin. She's working out more, and she's not wearing her wedding ring. And basically she's at the gym for 3 hours when they were in Vegas. I mean, marriage troubles or not, if somebody is willing to spend their time at the gym to get themselves in fit, I don't see how or why that's a problem. But for Sutton, there's the bigger picture. So, and Sutton also adds that Kyla's not drinking alcohol and her eating habits are different. And I guess that goes back to why Sutton was asking Kyle if something's going on in her life, and Kyle's just trying to project onto Sutton. In her confessional, Sutton admits that Kyle is acting in a way that she has never seen her act before, and brings up an article from the All About the Tea blog concerning the cheating rumors and marriage troubles between Kyle and Mauricio. Jennifer says that people usually go through these drastic changes as a means of self-evaluation, of reinventing themselves, or to regain self-control. Fine. Only Kyle can say what's going on in their lives. And for the next episode, Kyle's feet is going to be held to the fire regarding her marriage and if she's really okay. Back to Renee and Erica. Erica is trying to make tea and see that there are no clean teacups. And that kind of goes into a slight bicker between her and Renee regarding who's supposed to clean. Who's supposed to clean? And Renee just wonders where Belle is because she's generally the one that's supposed to come and help out around the house and clean up. And Erica says, like, Belle is only here on Mondays now. Or, like, I don't know if it's on Mondays or just, like, she's there once a week now and she doesn't have the money to afford to pay her to be here, to be there 5 days a week. And Erica says that she and her mother are only good up to 24 hours before they start picking at each other. I guess that's also a part of the whole Renee staying with her for a couple of days until they really get on each other's nerves. Renee brings up Erica's short stint with Broadway, and Renee thanks Erica for inviting her, but Erica points out that she didn't know that her mother was coming, and she only saw the doors open, and there she was, like, surprise, and to her it felt like an ambush, like she was just saying hi to everybody and all that. And it was during the time when she and Renee were not speaking, and they were at that bad place. Let's see. And Erica reminded Renee, like, you and I weren't talking to each other for a year prior. And Renee says the reason is that, or Renee says, like, they weren't talking prior because Renee hung up on her. But Renee says that it was Erica who hung up on her when she brought up the subject of Tom. And then, at this point where Erica's like, oh, right, I did hang up on you for that. I did hang up on you because that was because you were trying to bring the conversation around to yourself. And Renee recollects that the reason Erica really hung up on her was because she asked a question about Tom. And from the looks of that mad look on Erica's face, she definitely was not about to have that conversation. Erica defends that things were really bad during the time from when she was doing shows on Broadway to Tom being MIA all the way back in California. Renee then asks Erica how many times she's been to the firm to see Tom. And that's when Erica really flips her lid on her mother and says to stop that line of conversation. Erica says that she's trying to keep it together and smile through it all, and is spoiled by her mother asking questions about Tom. And this time that she calls her mother by her first name instead of by Mom. It really bothers me to see Erica treating her mother this way. Like, why did you let your mother visit you if this is how you're going to act? Like, if she really gets on your nerves and if she seems like such a bother to you, why did you let her visit you? Because she's coming off as very rude. She feels like talking about Tom's like reopening an old wound. And she prefers to let it heal and move on with her life. That's just how she rolls. And plus, Erica doesn't feel like she can do anything about it now. And she says that as much as Erica loves her mother and appreciates her support, she'll be much happier when she leaves after dropping her off in the valley, and that she's reached her limit. Maybe it's best that you guys just don't visit each other anymore if this is the attitude you're going to have. Just saying. Back at Garcelle's house, she's getting ready for her movie premiere for that night. And there's a montage of other ladies getting ready for Garcelle's premiere. Kyle and Dorit are FaceTiming each other and tells her about her strange visit with Sutton. And this is juxtaposed with Garcelle and Sutton's FaceTime regarding Sutton's side about said conversation. Kyle tells her side to Dorit, and it's at this moment that she's making Sutton out to be very delusional, as if like she's wrong for thinking that Erica set up their meeting with David's at the elevators once the doors opened. Look, we don't know how that happened or why, or if it was set up or not, but yeah. I don't think it's really fair for Kyle to make Sutton out to be this delusional person that's going out of her mind. She was slightly she was slightly out of her mind during Magic Mike, but Kyle's taking it to a whole other level. When Dorit heard that Sutton flipped the question to Kyle if something's going on with her life, Dorit says it felt much like a threat to her. Dorit, this is not about you, sweetheart. This is about Kyle, okay? Just so dramatic. Kyle has an idea that Sutton was actually referring to the cheating rumors without saying it. The ladies all head to the premiere, and Sutton and Dorit ride together. It's worth saying that Dorit was rather annoyed that Sutton was taking a long time to get ready. And when all Sutton was doing was just taking pictures and for her business. And it goes back to when Dorit was taking pictures in her workout clothes, like when that whole thing in season 10 happened, when Kyle got on Dorit's case for being late and looking at the picture first, like, so you just care about glam instead of Teddy's event. So it kind of is like a deja vu moment here. Like if that's the kind of attitude Dorit was taking with Sutton for that, and bitching to Kyle about it, then maybe she should have written with somebody else. Maybe she should have written with Kyle, I don't know. And it really is triggering, like when Dorit and Sutton are talking. Sutton tells her there's going to be 100 people at the event, and Dorit just had like a dramatic reaction to it. And apparently it triggers Dorit when she's not mentally or emotionally prepared. And it's all because Garcelle is having 100 people or more at the event, when she thought it was just going to be an intimate gathering. And it made me wonder, like, well, based on what? Like, did Garcelle tell you herself that it was going to be an intimate gathering? Or are you just assuming? Like, what will make you think that it will be more of an intimate gathering? Is this just another thing of how you feel about Garcelle, or what? Garcelle, don't bother being Dorit's friend. Something's going on with Dorit as it concerns you. Kyle greets Garcelle's twin sons, and she meets Ashlyn. Crystal and Erica greet each other, and Larson Pippen from Real Housewives of Miami is also there. So, surprise, I did not know that. And once again, Dorit's anxiety around big crowds has come up, and is supposedly a trigger from when she was robbed. Okay, stay your ass home if that's how you feel. Crystal sees Jade and Jax, and Jax admits to Crystal that he's really nervous about seeing Erica again from a year prior when Erica cursed at him for no apparent reason when she was drunk. And anyways, who will blame him? Because why risk getting cursed out again? Because you don't know what's going to happen this time around. However, Jax felt, you know what? Why don't I just go up and talk to Erica, or at least say hi and just get it over with? And ask Crystal if he would like to come with him as backup, if something should pop off yet again. Crystal was surprised to hear this, like, you really want to go over there and say hi? All right, it's your decision. Well, better hope Erica's not drinking this time. That's what I originally thought. And Crystal says that she's proud of Jax for wanting to go to talk to Erica after what happened last year. And Vegas showed Crystal a new side of Erica that's more open. Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. And Crystal wants the ladies to see Erica in a new light. Yeah, again, we'll see. This time around, Erica greets him warmly and sweetly. Erica greets Jax sweetly and warmly. Jax lets her know that whatever happened in the past is in the past and everything is okay. I suppose for him, a year is well enough to forgive and move on, if not forget, because he certainly did not forget, because he was nervous at first. Let's remember that. And this is at this point, Erica actually gives an apology to Jax. Erica apologizing to someone else like Jax? What? All right. That's good, Erica. Now make sure that you don't ever curse out Jax or any of other Garcelle's children ever again, because next time there might be a problem. And Jax, of course, appreciates the apology, and Erica considers it a class act on Jax's part to approach and say no hard feelings. Well, duh, of course. I mean, of course Garcelle's sons are considered classy and were raised right. I mean, who do you think raised them to be that way? Miss Classy Garcelle herself. What did you expect any different? I sure didn't. Let's see. Crap. Where is it? Okay. But she's glad all the same. Well, wait. And then Jax goes to Garcelle and tells her that, he saw Erica and that she said everything is cool and that there are no hard feelings. Of course, that doesn't mean that Garcelle fully trusts all the ladies. And in her confessional, Garcelle wishes that it was Erica who approached Jax to apologize because she's the adult and she was in the wrong. That's her feelings, I guess. But all the same, she is glad that Jax was mature enough to handle it all by himself. So kudos to him. And cut to the movie playing. The movie's playing. People are invested in it. And then sometime while the movie's playing, cut to my homegirl, Denise effing Richards, entering the scene. And it is really sweet to see Denise and Garcelle warmly greeting each other with a hug. I don't care what anybody says. I like Denise Richards. Like, whether she slept with Brandy or not, that's not for me to say. I don't know and I don't care. And even if they did sleep together, Brandy should have never brought that up because it's not anybody's business. And I mean, not saying that I condone cheating. I do not, but they could have left that out. Anyways, after the movie is over, Denise greets Crystal and Dorit. And Dorit recalls the last time Dorit saw and spoke to Denise, which was at the season 10 reunion, where the Mean Girls kept Kyle, Teddy, Erica, and the previous housewife that's been ousted, whose name shall not be mentioned, were ganging up on Denise over baseless rumors regarding Brandy and their assumption that she was judging their parenting, which she was not doing. Sutton and Kyle meet and start off with civil talk. This obviously this wasn't going to end well because, they're still at each other's throats. Sutton wants to talk about the way Kyle abruptly left her house, and Kyle defends that it wasn't easy to talk to Sutton because of how aggressive she was. Well, it wasn't cool of you to gaslight her either, Kyle. So Sutton points out that it was Kyle that's being aggressive with her right now. And from there it escalated like I knew it would because, things still aren't cool between them. Kyle pointed out that Sutton came to her to talk and asking if Sutton wants the truth or if she prefers to be lied to. Sutton says that she was being calm when she was saying name him, even though it was aggravating Kyle. And cut to Garcelle bringing Denise over to say hi to Erica. And do my eyes deceive me? Or did they just greet each other with a hug? Very much a contrast of what's to come between them later on. And Sutton and Kyle are still arguing with each other. Sutton says in her confessional that Kyle is supposed to be her friend. She isn't, girl. You admitted it last season. And I don't know why you were saying to Jennifer that you loved Kyle and you consider her your good friend, because you're seeing it once again. She's not. Wake up, girlfriend. Like even though Kyle's supposed to be her friend, she uses words that she knows will hurt Sutton. Sutton says that something may be off with Kyle. Kyle says if Sutton has something to say, then she should say it to her. And this is when Sutton says she feels that Kyle does not treat her with respect, but like a little sister. Mainly, Kyle treats Sutton as if she's Kim, as if she's talking to Kim, who's not younger than Kyle, but she may as well be treating Kim like a younger sister, just poking at her. Kyle denies it and tells Sutton not to flatter herself with that. Sutton says that these are her feelings and wonders if Kyle's misplaced anger comes from Sutton being good friends with her sister Kathy. Kyle says that never registered to her and she doesn't care if Sutton and Kathy are friends. Sure you are. Sure you're not. Because in the first episode, Kyle expressed that she was bothered seeing Sutton and Kathy being friends, and the only reason Sutton is this close to Kathy is because she wants in on the fabulous parties. But Sutton insists in her confessional that Kyle is lying, and that Sutton would also care if she has a sister she wasn't close to, and one of her friends was close to said sister. Garcelle asked to speak to Dorit in their own one-on-one conversation. Dorit starts with small talk about how proud she is of Garcelle and congratulating her on her movie premiere. Sounds like she's trying to flatter Garcelle in a patronizing type of way. Then tells her to talk to her as if Garcelle tells her to talk to her if she wants to talk. But Garcelle did talk to you in Vegas. Like, what are you talking about? Garcelle admits that when she tried to tell the group her feelings, Dorit took it upon herself to make it all about her and get defensive and make it all about her, which was definitely not fair. It's still not about you, sweetheart. But if you feel some type of way about it, here's a common saying. If the shoe fits, wear it. Because you knew what you were doing. You knew that you were sitting by watching your husband, Kyle and Mauricio, laugh at what Erica said to her, Garcelle's son, Jax. And what did you do when you were there actually seeing Erica saying to Jax, get the F out of here before you get in trouble? What did you do? If you knew you could have done more but didn't, then that says a lot about you, not Garcelle. Sorry. And she chose not to listen to what Garcelle was saying, which goes back to Garcelle saying, for someone who talks so much, Dorit doesn't listen. Another truth. Garcelle didn't feel that Dorit reprimanded Erica at that moment. And yeah, it didn't look that way to me either. I know at the reunion she said that she spoke to Garcelle and she was expressing, oh my God, how could you say something like that? It didn't feel like she was sincere. Because I didn't see anything. Then Dorit says that she feels that each time she feels the relationship moves forward, it always takes some steps backward. You think? You did accuse her of being passive, and you did like crowd around her as if, hey, you accuse her of being passive and not saying what she really feels, but saying it all in the confessionals. But when she told you her actual feelings in Vegas, you had a problem with it. So which do you want? Like Kyle said to Sutton, do you want the truth or do you want to be lied to? Plus, you accused her of being a bully when all Garcelle was doing was being direct with you. When you should have been considering, or you should have been confronting Erica about being a bully, which she actually was. Just saying. And you also said that it wasn't your child that Erica was talking to while she was drunk, so why do you expect Garcelle to have any sympathy for you or think about you when it's not about you? I mean, Garcelle did what you were asking for, to be direct. And another thing Garcelle brought up, which I brought up before, well, that she keeps harping about her robbery, which was a year ago, and how come she couldn't let, how would she feel if Garcelle told her to let that go since it was a year ago? And Garcelle told her to get over what happened a year ago, as far as laughing about what Erica said to Jax. And Dory says, no, I never said to let it go. Well, the footage says different, sweetheart, because you did say that it's been a year ago. Like, why are you talking about it still? And then Dory gives in and says, okay, I take it back. Like Garcelle made her point saying, like, she would never tell Dory to get over her robbery that happened a year ago because it's insensitive. And I said, thank you. Like, yeah, how do you feel? How would you feel about that, Dorit? Dorit apologizes and that she wants Garcelle to share her true feelings. We'll see about that. So if she does share her feelings, Dorit, does this mean you're not going to bitch about it or make it all about yourself? That remains to be seen. Let's see. And I don't know why, but Garcelle admits that she does like Dorit and doesn't believe she acts in a malicious or mean way, which is clearly debatable. I don't know. And once again, we rejoin Sutton and Kyle. Kyle says that they can have an adult conversation and not always agree, but Sutton is making it clear that she's believing the cheating rumors, and that's not a true friend. Yeah, you would know a lot about not being a true friend, wouldn't you, Kyle? Sutton brings up that Kyle, while Kyle says that she doesn't know who Sutton is not sure of who Kyle is anymore. Because, once again, bringing up that Kyle is acting very differently from a year ago. And she doesn't understand why Kyle can't confide in her of what's really going on with her if she considers her a friend. Kyle explains that she had a rough year. Yeah, we know. And wonders why people have a problem with her working out more and drinking less. And that part right there is fair to say. Because like if you know that you're trying to improve yourself and cut out certain things that are not healthy for you, then there's nothing wrong with that. So yes, Kyle is right in that respect. And Kyle says that feels like a fair question to ask a friend, and feel like Kyle should admit that maybe what Sutton is saying is right, and that's why you're acting the way that you are. And I just want to make I saw a segment from Up and Adam regarding Kyle wanting to cool off her friendship with Sutton. And Sutton responds to Kyle wanting to cool off in her interview. And I thought it was very interesting. So, Kyle basically saw clips of what Sutton was saying, didn't like it, and that's why she wants to back off. So it's just basically about the rumors. And Sutton didn't seem all that fazed of Kyle wanting space because, again, she realizes Kyle's not a good friend to her anyway. All right. Instead of cooling off, Sutton, since Kyle wants to cool off, maybe you should back off completely because she's not your friend anyway. So I can understand you not being fazed. And she figured that maybe Kyle needs space from other people as well. I don't know about all that. But anyways, that was the episode. Will Sutton use this as a means to not want to be friends with Kyle anymore? Or her feelings fluctuate yet again? We'll see. But I can see Sutton realizing that, okay, maybe this is not the person for me. maybe I should be grateful for the fact that I have Garcelle, who's still my friend, and Crystal. So, yeah, we'll see. Have a nice day.